is first and foremost a dope ass platform.
Shout out to Pure Rap Podcast again.
Yeah. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. Y'all stay safe out here, man. And
Appreciate
y'all, I can see y'all being big in the future, man.
Y'all keep going and shit, stay down.
Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome to the Pure Rap Podcast. It's MCK, and we got Darneezy.
Yeah.
All the levels is right. This was the first one, right? Everything was...
Yeah. Everything's
good.
good.
All over.
Gucci.
Yeah, you do the intro.
Hey, right. Well, I fucked up.
We're keeping that in. Keeping all that in.
Hey, what's going on, y'all, man? It's Pure Rap Podcast, man. I'm with my man right here, MCK, man, and you already know this is D-Weezy 400.
Nah, do that shit again, bro. This man yelling in the mic like, goddamn, bro. You don't gotta yell. He don't normally do the intro, so we're going through a little training. That's why I had to X him out like that, man. You gotta do start low.
Okay.
Right, wait. 1, 2, 3.
Hey guys, man, it's Pure Rap Podcast, man. It's
Nah, bro. That was too mellow, bro. Like that was you trying to be too cool and shit.
Oh man,
you gotta,
now
you know the third time's a charm. You went too high, you went too low.
Low.
We need you to, you know what I mean? Hit that middle mark. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
You ready?
All right,
1, 2, 3, scene.
All right, hey guys, hey look, it's Pure Rap Podcast, man. This is D-Weezy 400, man, and this is right here MCK, my co-host, right here next to us, man. And look, man, we're reporting live, man. We're doing another show and doing that episode, man. Stay tuned for more events right now. Right at you. We're gonna take a commercial break right now. Hey, leave that in.
Yeah, man.
Hey, little skits. Hey, well, right now we're gonna take a commercial break. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for more news of hip hop with Pure Rap Podcast.
And now we're back.
Now we're back.
And we're back.
We're back.
Nah, for real. What's good, everyone?
Man.
Hey, man. I hope everyone. I'm gonna just start off straight up, man. I hope everyone has been having a good month. You know what I'm saying?
Man, a great month. Man.
Well, of March. We're in the beginning of April, you know what I mean? But still,
April, man.
Been doing good,
favorite
man.
month of mine.
Yeah, I hope everyone's been doing good. We'll be back. You know, Caleb will be back with us next week. You know, he has got some things to attend to. So, but other than that, man, we just gonna be holding it down. You know, not gonna give you a crazy episode. We got, you know, some few topics to discuss. We got, you know, some things. You know what I mean? I hope everyone is gonna be watching the vlog. You know what I mean? All that stuff. I believe this video will be out after, because I'm probably gonna post the vlog. I'll post it tomorrow, if not when I get home. So yeah,
man.
It'll be after whenever this video comes out. So you'll see the vlog first. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that'll be our first vlog.
Yeah, you know man, that'll be it's gonna be dope, man. I really hope people watch it fully and like, man, like just see the funniness of us being together and.
I'm rapping it too.
Yeah, he's freestyling. I'm not freestyling. Fortunately, I'm just in the bag. But and then we going to what are we doing? Oh yeah, we're going to a show. We went to the Kazi event. And then what we did, just bloopers in the studio, man, being stupid. But hey, look,
Caleb came back. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, Caleb came back. So you seeing a lot of funny stuff, man.
Yeah, just clowning around and shit. You know what I mean?
we just trying it out actually. Like, you know.
And I gotta tell you, man. So we've been back on TikTok and all that stuff. You know, we've been trying to get these snippets back out and stuff. And it's funny because I feel like I'm in a tier right now where I'm like, we talk about so much stuff on the podcast, but it's like I know some of the snippets. You know, we look for the funny stuff and like the things that might be more controversial, blah blah. But I'm like, man, should I put some more of our like deep stuff out so people can actually know? Like, that's like a very minimal part of our podcast, and we kind of talk about a lot of like. And we uplift a lot of people on our podcast. Yeah. So the one time, you know, obviously, I don't know if you've seen it on TikTok. I tried to tell you not to mess with the Beehive.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to tell you. So I posted the snippet, and, you know, a lot of people thought it was funny and liked it, right?
Yeah.
But on TikTok, it was only a matter of time until the Beehive infiltrated the comments.
Oh, they did? I haven't seen that.
They infiltrated the comments.
What, they went crazy on the comments?
Should I read a couple of them?
I didn't even see it.
Should I read a couple of them? You want me to?
Yeah,
Now,
I don't.
I talked to Caleb about it on the side.
Oh,
because this has to do with you. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh.
Right? So one thing
I didn't
in this
even know.
game, the
I
bigger
did
we
not.
get, gotta be, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We gotta.
So
be
we
like,
gotta
we
be
have to have that
transparent,
attitude.
or
no, we gotta have
just-
that like
just
stand on it like. Bro,
be
the
blunt
bigger we
as
get,
possible.
There's
Be-
gonna
be
be
us, you know what I mean?
there's gonna be hate. There's gonna be whatever. There's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah,
all type
man,
of,
we got
you
an
know what I mean?
opinion.
So yeah, but I thought I wouldn't like the comments, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed reading it. I love the love that we.
Damn,
get.
I'm actually shocked. I didn't know there was
I was
comments,
actually
though.
like, damn, like I was having a good time reading it. You know what I mean? Like I was like,
This
damn.
motherfucker laughing at this shit. He's like,
No, I actually like hate comments, bro. I didn't realize until I started reading it. But look, I'll read you a couple of them.
That's funny.
Someone put, there's a new comment. Just ignorant.
Oh my god.
Someone said, how you gonna say you didn't listen to an album and then say it's not good? People don't even sit down and listen to albums anymore, but have the loudest opinions about said album. I mean, hey, you got a point. You were speaking on something that you didn't even really listen to, you know?
So I judge a book by its cover. Okay,
Yeah.
I could get that.
It's, you got. I mean, some of these could be. We could
Okay,
learn
that's
from some of
valid.
it.
That's valid.
right?
That's valid.
And then I replied back. I said we will force him to listen. So we're gonna force you to listen. We might have to do like one of those things where we like. You ever see those streams where someone's just listening to the album?
Oh,
Like, sit down and listen to the album.
Sit down and listen to it. Oh my gosh.
He said. Someone said when he said Billy, I just knew. Just talking to talk. Cause she's not even a country artist. Right?
I'm just
Even-
spitballing over there.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
crazy. Yeah, I was just throwing.
Someone
shit
said, right man has common sense. I don't have the qualifications to talk about it, so I won't. By the way, I'm the right man. Hey, thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
Someone said, this is why podcast mics need to be, I don't know what that number is, but it's over $1 million. That's for sure. Because you, as a black person, saying she didn't deserve it, and yet you didn't listen. And I said, I replied back, I said, well, can we cut that number in half since only one of us felt that way? You know what I mean? Like, damn, bro, podcast mics don't need to be that expensive, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, like, I didn't say it. Like, I tried to tell people, I was like, oh, I ain't say shit. I tried to tell them. And then there's some comments that TikTok is actually got rid of it. Someone just put clown. And then said, how the man on the left say she don't deserve it, but also refuses to give the album a chance. Cut his mic. So I replied back. I said, yeah, cut his mic. I'm with you. Let's go. And then there's 3 comments that have been filtered to review comments. So TikTok even said, whoa.
Oh damn, they going crazy on the
Should
comments.
I read those ones too?
I mean, is it too crazy, or just go over it in your head first before we put it out there?
Yeah, we're gonna just let.
Because
TikTok
if it's going too crazy, if it's a little too excessive, I don't know. We should put that on the YouTube. You know what I mean?
We're trying to
get
thank you
flagged.
TikTok for flagging those comments.
Yeah, we're not trying to get flagged up.
Yo,
you
but I
know?
do want to say for some of the people who
That's
like, you know,
funny.
as a black man, all that stuff. Hey, if people really tune into our podcast, as black people, you should realize that we actually really give our platform to like a lot of people. So I just want to make that be clear first. Yeah, I understand. Like, you know, I hear the comments and all that stuff, but at the same time, yeah, you was a little bit out of, but it's fun. It's
Hey, that's
entertainment.
funny,
It is what it
though.
is. You know, it's funny. That's what I'm saying. The comments were like,
I would love.
did you actually enjoy that more than I?
Oh yeah, it's music to my ears.
Yeah,
man.
that's
It's funny.
That's
It's
what
funny
I'm saying.
to
Like
me.
I actually read it and was like,
yeah, because
know?
it's like.
and people watching and like,
Yeah, even though how serious I was, because you could see
he wasn't.
you can see the emotion like I'm
Yeah,
bringing to
yeah.
the table. Like I was really like serious. I'm like,
No, you did.
I don't think they're thinking I'm like really like playing around. I was actually serious, but like, but it's funny like people that got an opinion to say. People not gonna like what you say out in the world.
Nah, it's never gonna gonna
go that way.
But that's what makes it fun.
But it's funny though.
I like to watch stuff that I'm not gonna always agree with, and it makes it for good conversation. It's like, then let's know what you feel about it. You know? What I mean?
And that's the whole reason too with certain reels and snippets we put out there,
Right.
Because it's like it's like a topic we want you to talk about, like like we want people to have their own opinions in these comments, not just be like, oh man, I hate that comment. He said something stupid. It's like, no, it's like, nah, what did you really think? Yeah, like,
and that's what I try to put.
If I was being for real, like,
that's what I try to put these snippets for, because
like,
you could say whatever we talk about, but I also try to put it out as a way of, you know, gives you guys an opportunity to voice your opinions as well. Like, I think that's the ultimate reason why I put a lot of these the snippets that I do decide to put out. Those are the ones where I'm like, I want to hear you guys talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we speak about it on our
I'd rather
podcast,
have that.
Yeah, you know, you can watch our podcast and hear what we think about, but when we put it out, we want to hear what you guys got. Like, what's your opinion on the matter? What's your opinion on these? You know, so
yeah, I'm so big on comments, bro. I always look in the comment section,
right,
a lot, cause I be figuring. I just take what people say, and I'm just like, it gets me thinking.
Yeah, same thing with
I like funny comments too.
Yeah, that was funny.
They want to talk shit. Yeah, they want to talk shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I was replying back, though. It was fun.
Keep it a buck, man. Yeah. I like that. Man.
I was replying back. I was like, let me reply back before Darnell does.
Oh, so man.
You got to reply back on your own page. So.
I forgot, yeah.
I don't reply back to nothing. Like, I just put funny, like, little, like, or like an emoji or something. Like, nothing crazy.
Check that out. That's crazy.
But yeah,
that threw me off for a loop.
Shout out to the people, you know, commenting though, like in that, seeing the snippets as well. That's
dope,
you know what I
mean? they still looked at it. They still
whatever. I like
they still had their own opinion about it.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, it was great for us because you know it's being seen by somebody that out there in the world, whoever they saw it on their phone, they're like, damn, like
especially because we've been slacking on snippets. Yeah. So
yeah,
that was like one of our first snippets we put out in a very long time.
And it got a lot of comments.
That has nothing to do with interviews, like just podcasts. And then we got like a lot of looks, a lot of likes and stuff like so. I appreciate that. And also the other one too, when I put the polls and stuff for meet your ancestors and meet your grandchildren. Once again, 50-50.
Biggie. Yeah, that's
from Twitter and Instagram. So it's like that's a question. That's a tough, like, you know. I knew it was going to end up being 50-50, so like it's hard for, you know, that's a question that's like some people want to meet their ancestors, some people want to meet the great.
I like controversial like questions and conversations to have because we all have like a certain amount of opinion of certain topics. Yeah, and I'm just so aware of like I wonder what they're gonna say or what if, you know, he or she is gonna say out there in the world in the comments. Even though they voted, that's something. But I wonder, like,
you want
really say,
what's your comment?
Really think deep down inside,
right?
What do you really think?
Yeah, I might not even put those polls anymore. I like them, but I might not even put them because I feel like it takes away from someone to just be clicking your answer. Yeah. But it's like I'd rather someone comment that.
Yeah, just a comment because like those are questions you don't get every day. Yeah. You don't get that question every day.
No, not at all.
You're not gonna wake up and be like, "Hey, would you want to see your ancestors or your great?"
Yeah. Oh, I be asking people questions all the time.
Yeah. Oh, have you asked them like at work?
Yeah, I'm the guy at work that asks people questions, bro.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. It helps me out, like so I could take stuff here as well, you know.
Oh yeah. So. Well, just to ask you this question: is it controversial? Like, is it 50-50? Like,
controversial is like the hot take. So this question wouldn't be controversial. It's more of like just a question.
Well, just their opinions.
Yeah.
As far as like, do people feel like
it's 50-50 once again, bro? Some people say one, some people say the other. You know,
so it's always been
but the word controversial was the wrong word to use.
Oh yeah,
that's all. Yeah, that's
trying to put me on game. I kept saying it too much. I think sometimes when I say a word too much, I say
you start using it for like I'm like, damn, this man learning words.
Yeah,
and
it's like saying like diabolical too much.
Yeah, right. Like, and all of a sudden everything is diabolical. Yeah.
Sometimes we get on.
I do that with the word tragic. I'd be saying like
tragic
everything, bro. Someone could tell me something like that has nothing to do with nothing. I'm like, damn, tragic.
Yeah,
but I do that. Like I've been doing that since like high school.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man. That's funny. Hey, also, rest in peace, young Scooter, man.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
That was that was unexpectedly again another.
You, listen to young Scooter.
I did before, yeah. I mean, with the future, when he was like, like I don't know what label was he like under Future with the free bands and all that.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
I don't
like,
really
this would have been more you and Caleb's conversation.
Oh yeah.
I don't really. I just saw it, but I don't really know much.
About him.
You know what I mean? So that's why I'm just saying rest in peace. I send my condolences to family. Like, But as far as the music, that would be you and Caleb. Like, I know Caleb listens to that type of music more. So.
Yeah, no, he was around Future a lot. Yeah, I listened to him a little bit, not like his own catalog, but it was kind of more like what Future.
Like featured.
Yeah, Future and Scooter, they had a lot of like songs together. Okay. I think they had a lot of like little bitty projects together and stuff like that. Yeah, it was kind of weird. His his passing, because I don't know, was it the cop, or I don't know the whole like.
Yeah, what's the situation?
Yeah, it's a lot of rumors.
Yeah,
It's hard to sit on like, well, did he get shot by the cops, or did somebody shoot him, or is he getting away? But
I guess we'll speak on that
we'll just
at a
speak
later
on
date if we know whatever information comes out. But other than that, like,
it's just another,
to his family, or and friends and loved ones, so like,
it's like it's another tragedy we got to talk about on the podcast. Right. And it's like, that was going on, recently. Yeah, Boozy got in a car accident. I just seen that in Memphis. But he's all right and everything, but still, it's like, man, it's crazy.
You want people to go out like,
I mean, just, and especially in Memphis, it's like I don't know. I mean, it's just crazy with different cities and states. You just never know how safe you can be, and and I think what's so tragic about Scooter's death, it was on his birthday. Like,
damn, that's right.
Yeah, it was on his birthday when he passed. It was like, wow. Like, and then you add that into it.
Like, someone commented too. I forgot whose comment it was.
That was the craziest thing.
That said, there's a high percentage, or there's like I think like dying on your birthday. There's like forgot what it was, like a 30% chance of like dying on your birthday or something like that. Like, I forgot who sent it, and I'm probably butchering the number, but yeah, I was like, damn. Like, so I guess it's more common.
Oh, it's more common.
Not more common, but like, there's a high percentage of like people who like actually die on their birthdays. You know what I mean?
That's crazy way to go out. I mean,
dying on your birthday is
that's
actually wild.
That's the deepest thing. You could be like, damn, man.
Yeah.
So not every time you feel like you have a birthday, like, ooh,
yes,
man.
Yeah, right. And that's also like a moment. But then it could also be like, damn, happy birthday. But it's like you also have a moment to like remember that person.
Yeah.
Because it's also their birthday. Yeah, that's man.
It's too deep.
Wild. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's too deep for the intro, man. It's too deep.
But I guess we could move to
bounce
those Mount Rushmores, Mount Rushmores.
Oh, we get bounced around different topics.
Because there was two that was going around, right? It was a trap one, and then there was a YN for the YNs.
The YNs.
Yeah, the YN Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, what was the one I sent?
I mean, if it was a trap Mount Rushmore, I would say Gucci. Right, Gucci Mane.
Which one you want to talk about first? The trap one.
Let's just do the trap one because that's
okay.
easy.
They said Jeezy, Gucci Mane, T.I., and Yo Gotti. That was on theirs.
I would do all of them. Jeezy, Gucci, and T.I. I would switch Yo Gotti with probably Future.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Shout out to Yo Gotti, but I think Future would. Right.
Yo Gotti dope.
No, yeah, but
Yo Gotti dope, but I don't think he got the type of catalog to be up there.
What about ASAP Ferg? No, I'm playing. They had the Trap Lord album.
Hey, Trap Lord.
Nah, but I would definitely.
Yeah. Why is Future not on there?
Future up there. Yeah, because you had to keep T.I., you had to keep Jeezy, you had to keep Jeezy for sure. Like, Jeezy's like, to me, that's like the,
No Young Thug.
Nah, if you're gonna over Future.
No, I'm just saying. On the list, I'm not even saying.
Yeah,
I'm not even.
If we're just talking about that list,
yeah, I'm just saying like, who would you throw up on there? That's not on there though.
Yeah, I would keep all of them and take Yo Gotti off for Future. So it will be T.I., Gucci Mane, Young Jeezy, and
Young Jeezy
and Future. That would be my trap man.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, definitely Future. Trying to think.
Would you switch any of the other ones? I just don't see how you can switch any of the other ones.
I'm trying to think of. Damn, it's like so many trap artists, but then I'm trying to think of.
But if you can't think of it, then clearly they don't deserve to be on that list. And this is Mount Rushmore, like, and see, this is the thing.
Yeah.
Why the reason Future should be on there too is because a lot of people misconstrue Mount Rushmore for top 5. You know what a Mount Rushmore really is supposed to be?
What?
I'm gonna drop some knowledge.
Oh yeah, bro. What's the real knowledge?
Mount Rushmore. When you ask someone for the Mount Rushmore, bro, like it's supposed to be like originators as well. You know what I mean? Or not originators, but like people from like who like also like kind of like you when you look at the presidents, like the Mount Rushmore, like right. It's not just like the top 5. It's not the all time. You know what I mean? Like a top 4 all time.
So it's not top 5.
No. A top 5 is like who's your all time top 5? Like who's the best of the best, right? If you were making a bunch of head statues for presidents and like you can only choose 4 and choose the best of the best, that would be different than who's on the Mount Rushmore.
So it's the all time list.
And so Mount Rushmore would be like I think like who, you know, stars certain things or like, you know, like so say for instance like if we were doing like a hip hop Mount Rushmore, it would probably be like you'll probably have to pick faces from different eras, you know what I mean? Like one who's like an
that made an impact on something.
Yeah. So you have to pick like someone like a Rakim or and then like, you know, eventually we'll get to like someone from like, you know, maybe like who will be on stamp for this like generation. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's different than the top 4. Like the top 4 all time, I feel like a Mount Rushmore is a little bit different.
So it's not.
It's like pioneers. Pioneer will probably be the word. Like who's the pioneers of trap music? Right.
Oh, that like. Oh yeah, that can
Which
be
would
like.
be like I said, a Jeezy, a Ti.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
these are the ones that kind of birth the type of
yes.
like, trap.
And then you will put a couple in there after, like someone like later, like a Future. Then Future deserves to be on the Mount Rushmore. You know what I mean? So it won't be like all like
those
the
are
best of the best.
Like,
it's
no,
like
yeah.
who's
they
the
were gonna take off like the swag of music. They'll be like, oh yeah, Future had that type of sound.
Yeah.
Ti
Exactly.
had that sound.
Yeah.
Jeezy.
So you have to be like, who's the pioneers? Who kind of like
I mean,
I said,
because you got the younger generation coming.
Yeah.
in.
So then you want to pick a couple of those pioneers, and then you could throw. Like that last one would be like a newer, who's newer, like and not that saying Future's new, but I'm saying as far as those artists, T.I.'s, the Jeezys, Future came later.
Okay.
But Future made such an impact on trap to where he deserves to be on that list, if that makes sense. Because he's also a pioneer and also made an influence on this generation.
Yeah, so
that's what I mean by Mount
so
Rushmore.
it's not
it's
about
different than top 5.
So it's not about the music.
Well, music plays a role,
but it's not all about just the catalog. It's like
it's not fully.
So I'm not just saying, okay, these guys they had the best projects.
Yeah, because you might like other people's projects more than some of those guys, right? But
on that list,
but there's people who are pioneers. Like Gucci Mane is someone who, because with that sound, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
everybody knows that.
Music,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Everybody knows like Gucci for sure.
Yeah, exactly. But what was the other one? The YN list.
Oh yeah, the YN list.
Yeah, who was on? What was that one?
They were saying Young Thug, Waka Flocka, Chief Keef, and NBA YoungBoy.
So what would
the YN?
What would classify like a YN just young wild, just young wild niggas? Like is that what that's pretty much what a YN is, right? Just
yeah,
he's in the street just doing some wild, just wild,
like getting into cases,
just getting into
getting in and out of jail type.
No, I don't think it's
or
that.
not.
I think it's that. I just think it's just like being in the street, being young and reckless. You know what I mean? Just young, young nigga shit. Like
Yeah, but Waka Flocka,
huh?
Waka Flocka. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Chief Keef,
Chief Keef for sure.
Yeah, like he started all this drill stuff crazy, like at a young age.
Yeah, Chief Keef, Young Thug. I would definitely put him.
Give me a young boy. Yeah, that's for sure. He gonna get out soon. But
makes sense. Waka Flocka. Well, I mean,
Young Thug just got out.
Maybe
it
could be like I said, like the type of music he was making before, like that. He could have been one of the original, of like that type of music. You know what I mean?
So
making people do like
you said Rocky be in there.
No, why would they say Rocky?
Hey man, he did some wild stuff though.
Nah,
but he's not really a YN though.
It's based off the music though too. Like
okay,
you know what I mean? Like A$AP Rocky don't make that type of music though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This list don't even sound right.
I honestly, I'm just gonna pass on that list, bro, because I don't really even.
I don't understand
put in there. You know what I mean?
I don't understand.
Like, give me like a We'll pass on the Mount Rushmore, but let us know what your trap Mount Rushmore and was it the YN one? Yeah, that's a random ass Mount Rushmore. But
I was trying to go back on the post.
Yeah, I don't even know, bro. Yeah, what was it?
Oh, they said, there's another one. The mixtape Mount Rushmore goes viral.
The mixtape Mount Rushmore?
Okay, they're saying Gucci, Lil Wayne, Currency, and Future. Okay.
Well,
mixtape
Lil Wayne for sure, hands down. Oh, it says
yeah.
Okay, all time. Damn, yeah.
The mixtape era.
Yeah, Lil Wayne and Lil Wayne and Currency for sure.
Currency.
But
Meek Mill. Mixtape.
Yeah, but like I feel like as far as mixtapes, I mean, you got like The Game has dropped a lot of mixtapes. Like,
Wiz.
Yeah, Wiz got a lot of
Wiz,
mixtapes.
Khalifa.
Nipsey got a good ass
Nipsey.
mixtapes. But
Shit,
even going
Rick
back,
Ross?
but even going back, yeah,
Ross.
But even going back, like you got people like Jadakiss. You got
Jadakiss, Lloyd Banks.
Lloyd Banks. That's a sleeper pick.
Lloyd Banks.
50 Cent. You got like
50 Cent.
Because I'm trying to think like back then, like a lot of those seem like more like recency like bias. You know what I mean? Like what about people who drop in mixtapes like way before that? You know what I mean?
Jeezy.
But Currency for sure, because Currency's damn near a mixtape king at this point. I feel like Lil Wayne for sure is up there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like we should take this to next episode and let's do our research and come back with our list.
Oh, come back with
like
our
we should
list.
Let's make a category
some research,
and then we'll come back and give our Mount Rushmores
for different
It don't
categories.
have to be next week, but it could be like sometime this week.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
do a video off of just. We'll do different categories though. We'll do like a mixtape one. We'll do like a, you know what I mean?
Do a hot take on some of them joints.
like-
Because it's like
an album.
I just happened to look at it. They just dropped another one. They
Damn,
said mixtape.
They're not playing it right
And
now.
I'm like, oh, like
yeah, because
I'm a sucker for that
Because we
joint.
could spend hours doing this, so we could do an episode of just this, honestly. Because
we're
we still
talking
got a
about-
couple other topics, and we don't have all the time in the world. So so we'll get back. We'll get back on the. We're running this like a show, like a program. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we'll do an episode of like, because you know what I mean? Because we could spend an episode on that.
Yeah,
It's just
for sure.
categories of you feel me?
For sure.
But what was the other one we had? The cases, right? There was a couple cases.
A couple of cases.
I know the
you
Big
wanna
U.
speak on? Yeah,
There was a Big U case.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, you got to put me up on game on that one because
So
I heard of it, but not in tune with this one like I
Alright.
was with ASAP.
So this was from CBS News on April 8th, which is today. Now people know what day we recorded this. So I could read the article because it's not that long. It's a very short article, but basically it says an alleged longtime Los Angeles gang leader known as Big U pleaded not guilty in a downtown courthouse Tuesday to charges contained in a 43-count federal indictment, including racketeering, fraud, extortion, and embezzlement. They put his name, the so-called rap godfather surrendered to authorities last month in connection with a federal complaint that is also linked to the 2021 killing of an aspiring rapper in Las Vegas. According to federal prosecutors, he's a leader of Hyde Park-based Rolling 60s neighborhood Crips and runs a vast mafia-like organization that has committed crimes such as murder, trafficking, and COVID fraud. 6 other people allegedly linked to the case were also arrested. I'm kind of skipping a little bit. Single count of. So the 58-year-old's charges include a single count of conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, along with multiple counts of robbery, extortion, wire fraud, and embezzlement, among other charges. I'm trying to see. I guess there's more stuff, but oh damn! So I guess the 2021 killing of the Las Vegas rapper. They were saying like allegedly he was killed, or he killed him, and then dragged the victim's body off Interstate 15 in Las Vegas and left it in a ditch.
Damn.
That's obviously alleged. Henley is also accused of defrauding famous athletes, including former Laker Shaquille O'Neal, by persuading them to donate money to a charity, and allegedly pocketing the funds himself. Damn. So I was over here like just getting donations allegedly. He is also accused of fraudulently obtaining funding from the gang reduction and youth development program supervised by the LA mayor's office. So basically they're saying this bro is like just stealing money. Also, I guess a COVID-19 pandemic relief loan in which he claimed claim that Unique Music was operating at a $200,000 profit in 2019 despite operating at a $5,000 loss that year. I don't really know much about that. But anyways, they said if convicted, Henley could face a sentence of hundreds of years in prison, prosecutors said. So, yeah, I guess it's a lot. But he pleaded not guilty. So, I guess we could see. And then, like I said, past that, we were talking off camera about, the whole Nipsey, situation, all that stuff. So,
yeah, his name was brought into that.
No,
when I was
not
reading,
this one, but all those conspiracies that people got after. But like we were saying off camera, more of like when you hear of a situation like this and when someone's going down, you start to see other things kind of clear. You're like, maybe a little bit of like, you know what I mean? Like when the Diddy situation came on, and all of a sudden you start looking at other things, you're like,
yeah, like
dude was a little, you know what I mean? Maybe this ain't so far fetched, you know what I mean? So like, but I guess, we'll keep the same thing with the ASAP Rocky case. It's like, I guess we'll see what ends up happening. But it's like, damn, hella names involved, all this shit. But like, yeah.
Yeah, that's
hey man, that's that street shit, bro. It's like,
yeah, that's
especially with the RICO Act. Like, I feel like so many people in the either the street world or just kind of like who has ties in the hip hop world. It's like we're seeing that RICO Act just go crazy. You know what I mean? From the Young Thugs to to now Big U to I know there's a couple people who had the RICO case, right? Then Bobby Shmurda and Rowdy Rebel. That was a
big case,
but that all that is like the RICO Act, the whole racketeering and whatnot, like organization. But still, but like they're taking down, like they're looking like the feds are out here like cracking down
out there
on,
cracking down on
what I
stuff.
mean? So,
yeah,
it's like, bro, just do the right thing, goddamn it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like bro.
It's hard. It's hard for some
but
people.
it's like, bro, but then you end
it's
up
your influence.
But then
who
look
you're
where
around.
Then look where you end up going. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
people either end up dead or in jail. So it's like, what is it all worth at the end of the day?
I mean, just like just to bring up since we're talking about cases, just to bring up like Tay K case. That's been going on for some time now. I mean,
same thing. Like you didn't know much about the Big U case. I had no clue about this because I thought that was already been locked up.
He's been locked up, but I guess like I don't know exactly if he got like sentenced yet because like the other day, I think it was just yesterday, his ex-girlfriend was on the stand talking about the play-by-play of everything that happened. She was there. She was the driver and all this stuff. And,
But what was she, what for if he's already was?
Like testifying, I guess.
So did it just like bring it back up or like?
Bring it back up. This was never in the case. Yeah.
But how much
she's a key witness.
Okay, but how much time is he doing already? Do you know? How much time is he? Was he sentenced to originally?
Well, he got charged with first degree murder, aggravated.
He's in prison, right?
Yep.
But how much? What I'm saying is from
how much time from that case?
Yeah, from originally. Like the original,
I don't know the exact. Well, basically, he was charged with. He's getting 55 years. Possibility of parole after 28 years.
So he was sentenced 58 years.
Yeah.
So.
But why is it? Why is she a key witness talking about it now though?
He had to be doing this damn near his whole life, and like, why is she?
Yeah, this was in 2019.
Yeah,
that he was found guilty of the murder
and sentenced to 55 years.
Yeah, 55 years.
So what's the point of like? What is she? What is she adding more to? Like I said, I don't know. Maybe like I don't know the full story, but I'm just kind of curious. Like, if bro's already doing 55 years, and it's like, damn, like.
But then,
just gonna make this
but then that was because he's getting charged with a home invasion. Then it's another thing with his second degree murder charge, and that's when he allegedly shot a 23-year-old person.
Another trial of stuff.
Yeah, because that
he has to go to trial for.
Yes.
So he's already doing 55 years for one thing.
Yeah, he's awaiting for that trial because he was on the run for that case.
So that trial hasn't happened yet.
Nope. I think that's why. She's a key witness.
Okay,
ex-girlfriend.
So you gotta start with that.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just doing a play-by-play because I'm trying to get the right things. I'm trying to get the right information. I'm trying to juggle my stuff together. But I think that's what it is.
Because it made it sound like he was already been doing 50. You made it sound like he was already like.
Yeah, he was already in there like.
But he's not. But the 55 years is for something different. That's a trial that hasn't happened yet.
Hasn't happened yet.
Or is that the one that's currently going on?
Don't quote me.
All right, then, yeah, we'll come back with this next week.
Don't
I'm
quote
gonna let
me.
bro
Don't
do
quote
some more
me.
research on that because I have no clue.
Don't quote me. But
yeah.
I'm just saying that people out there have seen it resurface on the internet, especially on Twitter, that she's a key witness. His ex-girlfriend is on the stand talking about what happened on the allegedly shooting that happened. Yeah. And she's saying everything on the stand, And
she like saying everything.
Yeah.
Damn.
But it's like now in the comments, it's like, well, dang, could she be charged with something? Because why is she?
If you were,
Why is she now saying that she was there?
Yeah.
But then she just said she wasn't there. So that's another don't quote me and see what's going on. Like I said, we gotta add more to it, and I don't know all the information. I'm just bringing it out to the air. So.
Hey, well, shoot, man. Well, like I said, that's another thing we'll pay attention to then too. But what was the other thing like you didn't watch the Kanye West interview with academics yet?
No, I didn't. I saw like maybe snippets of it. I didn't actually watch the interview.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I watched probably
he always got something going on.
Yeah, I watched about half of it, but like honestly, bro, it wasn't like, of course, he's gonna say a lot of the outlandish stuff, but it wasn't really like over the top crazy.
Yeah.
And there's certain things where like he'll say, how like he has the the swastika chain and all that stuff. Like I don't know if you've seen it, or it's in the interview. Bro got a whole swastika chain, like just straight like just all all jewelry, and
I saw what he was
blinged
wearing.
out type, everyone saw what he was wearing, the black clan uniform and stuff. But he was that was wild. But anyways, he said one thing though. And most of this, when I bring these types up, like anyone who watches our podcast knows that we stay a lot neutral on a lot of things, and also like don't really bash anyone, that bad. You know what I mean? Every now and then we might be like, slip up a little bit, but we mainly when we bash people, it probably has to do more musically, not than the actual person. You know what I mean? But he said something that was like, damn. Well, Kanye always be saying certain things where I'm like, I feel I feel it, but then it's like, damn, like like the evil villain. You ever watch a movie and like you see an evil villain or a video game or whatever, and the villain that you're going against or whatever, or in the movie, like sometimes what they stand for or what they're doing, it like sounds like you understand. You're like, okay, I get it. Mm-hmm. I see why you're like this way. I see why you're trying to do why you do what you do, right? But that's just not the way to go about it.
Yeah,
you're doing it the wrong way. You know what I mean? Or whatever you feel like is wrong, right? But on the other side, the other end is they don't feel like that's the wrong way, right? In your eyes, if you're speaking out about something, in your eyes, you're doing it the right way, right? But to the masses, we're probably thinking like, we get you, bro. We feel it, but it's like this ain't the way to go about it, though. You know what I mean? So that's how I personally feel. Like right now, when I see these Kanye interviews and stuff like that, I'm like, he'll say certain things where I'm like, I feel it. I get it. Even like what he's putting on and stuff, and like why he's doing this, like the reasons behind why he's doing the things he does. Yeah. It's the same thing. It's like I get it. You know what I mean? But it's just like, damn, like. Bro, going a little too far with some things, you know what I mean? And I feel like, so basically,
so is questioning his opinions.
Well, he contradicts himself a lot, because sometimes he just speaks from the mind and just goes, you know what I mean?
He just goes with the flow.
Yeah, and it happens all the time. But like, I feel like without all that, he has such a big platform and in such a loyal fan base, right? That bro, he could take off the whole black, clan, all that, the swastika jewelry, you know what I mean, all that, like, and just speak straight from the heart with a regular ass t-shirt. He's Kanye West. People will listen. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I feel like that's the only issue I have is that's like you don't need to do the antics because most people. Because now what's happening was when Kanye speaks and he does say things that sound like that actually are like, okay, there's some truth to that, and I feel what he's saying. But then it's like now social media is not gonna listen to that though, or they're gonna take sound bites of things, And then, or they're gonna be like the antics. Oh, he's wearing this. He has this, and the message just fucking completely goes away. I feel like that's the only thing. If I was able to like whoever's on the team with Kanye West, I don't know. Like obviously, you can't. I guess there might not be no reasoning with him, but I'll be like, bro, like to me, it's just like why who is it? Like nobody in the team that's like, hey, bro. Like maybe you don't need all this. Like people, you have a billion like people following you and listening. Anything that he puts out, right? It goes out from music to anything. Like anything he does, bro, people are gonna listen or gravitate towards it. But he don't need to do the antics. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then one thing he said in the interview too was like, you know how why he was doing like he was going against Jewish people and stuff at one point, and he was like, because a lot of them kind of run a lot of like labels and like music execs and stuff, and like run a lot of labels. So he was like, where they profit off of black people's playing, you know what I mean, the drill music, et cetera, right? The gangster rap, all that stuff. Like people, pretty much signing artists, like they all, it's like that's the music that kind of like I guess you could say like breeds the killings and stuff in the streets. So it's like, oh, they profit off our pain because they're signing these artists who make that type of music. So he's like, so if I put this on, like that's their pain. So I'm, you know what I mean? So he's pretty much doing what they're doing. You know what I mean? That makes sense. Yeah. Right. Someone, in the comments, let us know your opinions on this too if you watched the interview. But obviously, there's so much that he talked about Drake. Cause like there's so much. The whole interview, there's so many different things.
How long was the interview?
It's about an hour. But like, but that's the one thing that I was like, when he was talking about that specifically, it was one thing where I understood it. But it's like, bro, that's just not the way to go about it, though. Like you'll feel that. Like if you watch it, you'll be like, damn, I get it. Like some of the things that he talks about, you're gonna be like, I get it. But that ain't the way to go about it, though.
Yeah.
Nah,
of course not.
Yeah.
It's just, it's. I guess it's hard for some people to like what Kanye does nowadays.
But then it's the opposite though, because most people do like what.
Some people do.
You got like a mixture. It's like half and half.
Well, yeah, I guess I could say 50-50. Because you still got a big fan base that still supports him no matter what. What he sells, what he says on the internet, what he puts out there on Twitter, what he puts out there in the podcast. And some people are like, dang, like we got somebody that's really just blunt and just gonna say it how he feels.
And that's the part that I'm like,
and some people are like, okay,
and that's the part that I'm not mad at, because it's like, bro, like out of all celebrities and stuff like that, like yes, Kanye might be a little, might have that screw loose where you're like, ooh shit, you know what I mean? But it's like, at least he's saying something about something.
Yeah.
Even if it's not, like I said, even if I don't agree with it fully, there's some things I agree with him during like parts of his interview, not in this one, but like in general, like there's certain things where I'm like, oh, I feel him, like I agree with him on certain takes, but then he'll say something like 2 lines after, and it's just like, you lost me, you know what I mean? Like you had me right there, but then it's like, shit, like like that's how I'll be listening to it half the time. I'm like, oh, I get it. Nah, damn, you just fucked it up. But I rather, to me, I'm like, bro, I'd rather have him speak his mind than people who don't speak out about anything. You get me though?
Yeah.
At least he's saying something about something. Like even if I don't.
I guess we have to have certain conversations out there. Like we do have to have certain conversations where it's like, we do need those talks. We do need those topics. We do need people to stand up and actually say these things. Yeah. Or we'll never have these conversations. Right. We'll never be talking about.
Yeah, exactly. If everyone just stays silent on
we stay silent and we just let, everybody just roll up, over us about certain topics and nobody brings it up out there in the world. It's just, everything will stay the same. Everything will be, silent. Yeah. I think we're used to like sensitive topics not being heard and not being said.
What they call it, like the elephant in the room. Like no one wants to talk about it.
Nobody wants to talk about it, but it has to be talked about. We have to figure out why these things happen, why or what this is being said. Why are we talking about this?
And that goes to why, like, I would like to, like, we don't have the biggest platform in the world, right? We don't have, all the views in the world, you know what I mean? But one thing that we add value to is the conversations that we have, you know what I mean, on this podcast. And our, even with our interviews, right? We have we interview, but half of it is pretty much like we're conversationalists. We have conversations in our interviews, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's one I would like. Kanye is a person where I would love to interview personally. Like I would love to have an interview, but I would like to have an interview with him where it's like I want to at least have 2 to 3 hours. You know what I mean? Like only because it's like I want it to be more than just an interview. Like I have questions, but I also I want there to be a conversation as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I want someone to speak on a way where it's like I feel like what happens with Kanye's interviews a lot is that there's never really any pushback, or not necessarily pushback, like on a specific subject they might be talking about.
Yeah.
But a direction. Like let's stay, because sometimes it goes over here and stays here. But it's like let's stay on this track of what you're talking about right now and get to the bottom of this, so we can speak on this specific topic.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we go over here and go over here, but it's like, wait, let's stay here. And I feel like that doesn't happen a lot in his interviews. And I would love to be like,
yeah.
Because the way we give interviews, we're good at being able to be like, let's talk about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we'll jump to that, but let's have a conversation about this. You know what I mean? Or we're able to bring it right back. You know what I mean? We're good at doing that. And I feel like Kanye's the type of person where I feel like I don't see that happen in a lot of interviews.
Yeah.
Or a reason of why it's like that. Or like I said, a pushback of like, well, hold on now. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, well, I understand you feel that bad, but it's like get to like the root of it to where even it might even help, out for what he's trying to talk about. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to lose you, and and I feel like people would just do it for the views. Oh, we got a Kanye West interview, we got this, you know what I mean? But it's like I want to be able to like let's really like talk and have a conversation, but like stick to, these points where shit doesn't get lost in translation.
Yeah.
But the only reason I say 2-3 hours, I don't mean it doesn't have to be in one sitting, but it could be like broken down,
down,
like
a whole different layer of 2-3 hours.
Yeah, like Drink Champs type shit. You know how they be having like long interviews, but like without the drinking.
Oh yeah, without the drinking.
Like because I feel like a conversation like that with someone like him.
Let's come back to that conversation,
bro. I just feel like it can't be
first 30 seconds.
An hour is just too short, bro, because that goes by just like that. Yeah. For someone like him, you have to have. I feel like it has to be in depth. Like it has to be like 2 to 3 hours of conversation because it can't.
It takes you time to dissect everything.
Yeah, in 1 hour, like, but you get what I mean though. Like I would like to be able to have that interview where it's like, man, we can like really sit down, have a little pushback. And when I mean pushback, I don't mean like of disagreeing, but more of like of I'm if you feel this, so it's like, hold on now, like what like the Jewish situation, like this and that. It's like I feel what you're saying, but why do you have to do this? Why you have to, like I want to know more about all those type of things. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And how he feels about certain things, especially in the world. It's like because he contradicts himself a lot. So I would like to know like why, like be able to like pick his brain a little bit about those type of things. Because that would be interesting, man. Like that's one of my like interviews that I would love to have. Mm. So that goes to my question for you: who are some people that you would love to interview?
Just off of
like who?
Anybody.
Like it could be. It don't have to be music, bro. It could be anyone. It could be anyone in the world. Obviously alive.
Said dead, top 5 dead or alive.
Yeah, no, but like who would be like who are those people on your list? Like of maybe like your top like let's say like 3 people, if that you would love to interview. It could be anybody.
Well, definitely J. Cole, man. Definitely J. Cole. Definitely where his mindset is, and especially his music, and how humble he is. I mean, yeah, like he got he got a journey to tell. He definitely learned a lot over the years. You can see. So you said 3?
Yeah, we'll just
3.
Go with 3.
Dang, Cole for sure. Dang, who else would be controversy, really? Hey, Joey Badass. I know I'm saying music, but I feel like Joey Badass. I don't know. Like, I feel like he seemed like he can open your third eye of certain things, just from his like music and his acting and all that, and just kind of it's just off of that, really. Dang, I'm trying to think who else. I'm thinking music. I'm trying to think outside the box.
That could be anything. Y'all don't gotta be gotta be just music. But if it is all music, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm taking a lane of music. And when I never get put on the spot, is when it comes, right?
I mean, like I said, bro.
Dang.
Like, we should. That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
I wish we started the podcast earlier too today because I got more questions for you.
Oh, you got more questions. Yeah.
We could save it for the next episode.
Oh, what, that question?
Yeah, bro. Because I'm saying I was about to be like, fuck, I'm gonna interview Darnell.
Yeah.
Like I got a list of questions literally specifically for you that had to do with this. Like I was gonna keep on going. You know what I mean?
He's like, oh, okay.
Nah, for real, bro. Like, I'm about to keep on going too. But yeah. Nah, J Cole interview would be dope as hell though. But yeah, I got my Kanye. Kanye is definitely one of the people who I would like to interview. Because I think it would be interesting. You know what I mean? And also like, as dope it would be. I feel like it would be like, I don't want to get like hated for this, but like. Shit, I'll be like, damn, like I said, I'll be feeling them on certain things that he said. So it's like but I would like to be able to like really like push back on it too as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To not just let shit just like be like, all right, like I'm not just gonna let you talk this talk. Like let's really like fucking have a real ass conversation interview. But I also have a lot of respect to the point where I'm like, I want to be able to be like, man, I understand you, but like, bro, shit,
Yeah.
It would be interesting. J. Cole.
Oh, definitely Kendrick too. Kendrick. Yeah.
Interview, bro.
Yeah.
I want to interview Ab-Soul too, man.
Oh,
he was talking about, I want.
Like.
Shit, all TV,
really. Kendrick would be a dope one.
Man.
Yeah, I mean,
and we're manifesting right now. Nah, for real.
Yeah,
like,
he got a lot to say.
I can see us getting those interviews in the future, bro. Like, I really think we get those interviews in the future, bro.
There's so many like certain artists, but I'm like,
because
what you gonna get from an episode like with those people? Could be something big, but really J. Cole and Kendrick for sure. But I threw Joey Badass in for myself. But
just a personal life.
Joey
Badass would be dope to interview. Yeah, who else we?
I mean, shoot, if I was going off, probably LeBron too. I'll probably say LeBron. Yeah, I mean, just especially what
Kevin Durant,
what he did too. Oh, Kevin Durant, especially with the shop. Yeah, the music head.
Kevin Durant is like he's a hip hop head. Like,
he's a hip hop head too. He made music. And I was if it was music, we were talking about sports.
Kobe was alive.
Yeah.
Kobe would have been in my top 5 of like people who I would love to interview. Can you imagine a Kobe Bryant interview, bro? Like we would be leaving there with but we'll probably end up having that mentality where like, you know what I mean? We're like, nah, we gotta get this done. Like we gotta start working. Like, bro would have us turning into like, nah, we gotta start writing down everything. You know what I mean? Like his mind was just different, bro. So
what about Jeff Teague?
Same thing Nipsey too would have been. Jeff Teague?
Yeah.
He's stupid because the podcast. Hey, no, Jeff Teague's funny as hell,
it's
bro.
funny though. I watch his stuff sometimes.
Because I think I follow his his podcast page on Instagram, bro, and that shit be having me dead, bro.
Nah, they be having some funny ass.
It's hella funny story, bro. Yeah. I like people like that, man. Like,
but
too. Like, if like
we talking about people past, like Nipsey.
So if we're talking about people who passed away,
Kobe,
Nipsey, Kobe,
Mac Miller.
Mac Miller would be a dope interview. Capital Steez. Shit, Malcolm X.
Yeah,
we're not talking about music.
Hey, Martin Luther King.
If we're just talking about the world, like, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like, damn near every civil rights, activist and leader, Huey P. Newton, like, bro, like, I would have a field day with
Frederick Douglass. You know what I mean?
Like, that would be like, that would be crazy.
That'd be
that's one avenue I feel like we got to get into with our podcast is interview some people like activists and different things like that here, like who are doing stuff. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
just to like, you know what I mean,
different, like you said, different avenues, different categories, and
because you know it's just bigger than
it's bigger than music.
You know what I mean?
Because my lane, when he asked me that question, I'm just thinking music.
Oh shit.
I was just thinking music. So I didn't think about different other lanes of people out there in the world.
Because you got like, you know, Denzel Washington, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because now I'm like, oh, okay, he said actor. Okay, then I can
like Will Smith.
I can shoot a lane.
Yeah, I like to interview Will Smith.
I think because it's like that question could be everything. Oh yeah, Will Smith.
Yeah.
Damn, man. I mean, shoot, Morgan Freeman. I mean, man, the list go on and on. I mean, this man was on a rap album. You know what I mean? 21 Savage. Like,
shout out Morgan Freeman, man.
Yeah, like that's crazy.
Shoot, Dave Chappelle, like,
Bernie Mac.
Yeah, rest in peace, Bernie Mac. Hey, now real shit though, like we could go on for days of people who we would want to interview.
Yeah, because see now, like I could get his answer.
Yeah,
for sure, because he said different categories.
We're gonna save that for next episode. So man, shout out to everyone tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you go watch the vlog. Make sure you go watch our past episode 81. I want to say it's the last one with Caleb that we did, and then check out our interviews. Man, follow us on all the socials. You know what I mean, from TikTok, Instagram, X, whatever else we're on.
TikTok.
Man, listen to us on. We're also on audio podcast too, man. So you don't gotta just watch. You can also just listen. You know what I mean? You could, you know what I mean? If you're working out, right? If you would, you
walking,
you're taking a walk. You're doing a road trip. You're walking your dog. You can't. You know what I mean? You gotta focus on your dog, and just have your phone in your pockets and listen to us, man. You know what I mean? Go check us out on all the stuff. You feel me? Yeah. So man. But go check us out on everything. Once again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and that is
a wrap.
Yes, sir.